Sony come along at a CES show in, I think it's 1994, with their new machine, the PlayStation. And it has wonderfully colourful games like this. It's got some great arcade conversions that seem to have come out of nowhere by companies like Namco, games like Ridge Racer. It has companies in this country producing games for it. And Sega realised, crikey, our machines are not nearly good enough. This is a 2D machine. Let's quickly add some more boards to it and make it sort of compete with the PlayStation, which it does to a degree, but this has now got 8 processors in it. It's enormously complicated to program for. This is remarkably simple, so all the games developers flock to Sony. They give them good development machines at reasonable cost to manufacture, and it can do anything. And there's one game in particular that launches with it just about every single person bought a copy of, and that's Wipeout. They aimed it squarely at people of mid-20s age, people who've grown up with gaming. So this was a phenomenal success, sold about 104 million. But from Sony, the best was yet to come. In the meantime, Nintendo have decided to stick with cartridges. And they produced the Nintendo 64, which actually is a fantastic machine, but it seriously struggled to start with. Sega would have one last go at the home market, so we've got the Dreamcast here, 1998. Really solid machine here. It is very, very good indeed. They had no budget for advertising by this point. Their development of games was low. They couldn't get the third parties involved. And by this time, though, everyone was it was all about the PlayStation. Sony had a new machine in development, the PlayStation 2. So it's one of its big selling points. It's got a DVD player in it, so you can watch your films. That was new at the time. The fact your console could do that was amazing. They made it backwards compatible with virtually all PlayStation games. Huge, brilliant idea again. And they just carried on with the franchises that people really wanted to play. So the Wipeouts, the Ridge Racers. But just round the corner, Microsoft are thinking to themselves, right, well, we've got Windows 95 and our own Microsoft Studios, but let's have a go at the console market. So they come up with this, and here it is, the Xbox. Absolutely gigantic machine. Generally has in its instructions, do not drop on the head of a small child. It weighs about 8 kilograms. They released it with a game called Halo. You must have heard of Halo, and Project Gotham Racing. And those couple of titles alone made it a really big selling console, but also a huge loss maker as it cost a bomb to make. And finally here we've got a little GameCube. So Nintendo were going to have one last little crack at the home console market. They made an incredibly simple machine, but they didn't launch it with a Mario game. They launched it with a Luigi one, which proved to be a bit of a mistake. The incentives from Sony and Microsoft were really starting to push Nintendo to the side. So they had to come up with a brand new way of playing games. And of course they come up with the Wii with its motion controls. Oh yes, there's still something so satisfying about this game. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, of course there were things that looked a lot better on the Xbox and PlayStation, but when everything was this simple and literally anyone could buy it, it sold well over 100 million. We can just come around here to Sony's next offering, which controversially amongst people I talk to, this is my favourite console of all time. I didn't like the Xbox 360 experience, so that's the machine that Microsoft followed up with. I didn't find the community particularly friendly. Sony were also, at this time, they were only just learning about online play. But yeah, I downloaded games like this Gran Turismo game here, and I just, oh, I'm going the wrong way. It took a long time for Sony to catch up and eventually pass by the sales. So Sony went from 155 million PlayStation 2 sold to about 62 million of this. And the Xbox 360 probably did about 61.5. There wasn't a lot in it. So yeah, then we've just gone on to the next generations. The PlayStation 4, an enormous success because Microsoft produced the Xbox One, and by this time you're playing the games like, this is where the games companies have become almost as important as the manufacturers. So that brings us to the end. We've got the PlayStation 5, of course, and we do have a Switch here at the museum. We don't have it out because it's the only one we've got. But the Switch, what a revolution that's been. So you can play it up on your TV. You've got the motion controls, or you can sit with a joypad in your hand. And I've really enjoyed my time with the Switch as well. So I don't own a PlayStation 5 yet, or the next Xbox Series X, because for me that kind of game's gone as far as it can. So we're really looking to the future. We need a bit more innovation in games now, is where we're going. Hopefully some younger talent can bring that through. Okay, so that's the end of my little gaming tour around the museum. Thank you, and goodbye.